This video will be a test and review of Yum Foam. But this video will also be a discussion and debate about a very current and also a very important question. How much overselling and overpromising is okay when you try to sell your own products? I think this will be a very interesting video and discussion, so let's start. Let's start this video with an overview on what this product is. It's not rocket science, it's a snow foam, which means it's a pre-wash that you apply to your car prior to the contact wash stage. Claim to fame of Yum is, amongst other things, that it is a pH neutral product, and that's already one of the critical aspects I want to talk about, because on the website of Yum, it does not only state pH neutral, which for some people, although this is a scientifically very clearly defined term, means different things, and that pH neutral means a range of pH values, which is factually not true. pH neutral means a pH value of 7. And Yum indeed claims on their website that the product has a pH value of 7. Literally 7. When you have a look in the safety data sheet of the product, it says that it has a pH value of 8. There's a mismatch somehow. If you actually measure the pH value, it shows that it has a pH value between 7.5 and 8. Now, to be honest, for me personally, that's not a huge issue. It is a mismatch, but it's not a huge issue because there are other brands out there that claim that their soaps and foams are pH neutral, when in fact the pH value lies between 8 and even 9. That is much worse than that, because there will always be a debate whether the pH value, or if a brand claims that the product is pH neutral, refers to the product in the bottle, which I personally think is the status quo in the industry, or if it refers to the diluted product once it hits the panel. That's up for debate. But that's not the biggest issue I personally see with the product claims and promises by Yum in regards to this product, because Nick, the owner of Yum, in several statements and videos and postings said that this is the best and longest clinging foam on the market. I quote here, best and longest clinging foam on the market. So he does not say it's one of the best clinging. He does not say it is amongst the best clinging. He literally says best and longest clinging foam on the market. So that's a claim we, of course, have to test. For that, we will now first do a comparison of another pH neutral snow foam, which is Stjernagloss Snö. Let's start with that. Good for Yum, because we clearly saw that Yum foam indeed clings better and lasts longer on the surface than Stjernagloss Snö. But if a brand claims that their product is the best clinging foam on the market, we of course have to do a little bit more testing. So let's compare it to another product, also from the UK, which is DetailBug Icebug. Now, DetailBug Icebug is also not perfectly pH neutral. Its pH lies between 8 and 8.5. So, which also means that both of those products, once diluted on the panel, will be pH neutral or very close to pH neutral. So let's now see how Yum Foam compares to DetailBug Icebug. So we already found one other product that clings as well, if not even better, than Yam foam. At this point, we could end the video and say that the claim that this is the best clinging foam on the market is not true. That would be childish, to be honest. So let's compare it to another snow foam we know in this channel very well, which we know clings extremely well and long, which is Underpromising Magi foam. Now, to be precise and transparent, Magi foam is not a pH neutral product. Its pH value in the bottle is 13. It's a very highly and strongly alkaline product. So we are not comparing apples to apples anymore, but it is a snow foam, it is a pre-wash. So let's compare those two. So we now have two other snow foams that cling as well and as long as Yam foam. We will talk about that aspect in the conclusion of this video. Another thing that I found out during my testing is this, and to be honest, I found it by accident. So when I first did and started my testing, I prepared Yam foam, 20 milliliters to 1 liter of water in a pump sprayer. I did my testing and I found that it foamed very well. After, I would say 3 to 4 days where I left the product in the pump sprayer, I repeated the testing and I then saw, you will see the pictures now, that the foaming was not as well. It was a rather runny and watery foam compared to a freshly set up and freshly diluted and freshly mixed Yam foam. I personally think that this has to do something with the other claim on the bottle here and on the product description that this foam contains water softeners. Now, the theory and that what Yam claims is that this helps with a spotless finish and helps preventing water spots. For a start, that I think if you critically think about that claim, it doesn't really hold up because yes, when you apply Yam foam to the car, it may help with preventing water spots. However, after that, you rinse the product off with fresh water out of your water hose or your pressure washer, and then the water softeners will do nothing for you. So I already think there's a mistake in the thought process there. That being said, I also think that the water softeners do something with the mixture when you leave it in your foam cannon or in your foam sprayer. To be fair, we have to state and have to be honest here, I have very hard water where I live here. That could play an influence. However, I thought it would be an interesting observation I have to share with you. In line with this observation are the results from the following experiment. I reapplied Yam foam into a little bit of water. As you can see, the water alone has a pH of 7.2. And as soon as I pour in Yam foam, the pH drops to about 7.8, 7.9. This is completely normal. This is what happens when snow foams and other products react with the minerals and other stuff that's in the water. For approximately a day, the pH value stayed between 7.85 and 6.85 and 6.9. So it stayed constant, which is in line with the observation that we had that Yam foam was able to create foam for about a day. And after a day, the pH landed at 7.7, 7.8. And this, I think, is in line with the results that we saw that Yam foam tends to lose its foaming capabilities. Now, at this point, I think it's fair to say that Yam foam, yes, is indeed a very good and long clinging or long-lasting foam on the panel. However, I want to ask you a question. Does a long cling or long dwell time automatically mean that a product also cleans well? I think no one has ever really tested that theory, so I thought, why not also test for that? So I applied Yam foam together with Stjärneglas Snö on the side of the same car, let them dwell for as long as Snö could dwell. We already saw that this is much shorter than YAM foam. And then I rinsed the foams off the panel with just the water from a pump sprayer. No pressure washer, no garden hose, because we want to see the cleaning power of just the products, not the pressure washer. I know, and I will be the first to admit, that this is not a realistic scenario because we will pretty much always use a pressure washer or a garden hose. However, for testing, it is very important that you exclude external factors and only look at the thing that you actually want to test, the cleaning power of those two products. When I then dried the panel with a heat gun, so I did not use a drying towel, which of course would have influenced the results, we clearly see that the traffic film on the side where we used Stjernagloss Snö is much less. So it cleaned much better than YAM foam. So yes, we have to conclude that YAM foam does clean very well. However, I cannot conclude that this is a very well cleaning product. Let me tell you a little secret. I can see the future because I know exactly that some of you will be screaming at their screens right now and will be start to type in the comment section that I am an idiot, that I compared two snow foams in regards to the cleaning power when I let them dwell for the same amount of time, when what I wanted to test is if one of the snow foams cleans better if it clings for longer. Now let me tell you, we take our testing very, very seriously. We don't just claim that we test like crazy and test in an insane manner when we then don't find out, for example, that a snow foam doesn't foam with hard water. That just doesn't happen with us. We take testing serious. So of course I repeated the test where I let YAM foam dwell for 18 minutes compared to Stjernagloss Snö dwelling 5 minutes. And yes, if you let YAM foam dwell for 18 minutes, the cleaning power is comparable to what you have with Stjernagloss Snö. And that's something that's up for you to decide if you want a snow foam that cleans quickly or a snow foam that you need to let dwell for a very long amount of time. However, we of course have to be fair and transparent at this point. This is one isolated test. In order to get a conclusive picture, we would have to, let's say, do 10 to 20 to 50 more tests like this on different cars with different types of dirt, because not every dirt you have in the region where you live is the same that I have on my cars. So let's be fair and let's recognize this. However, from everything that I saw, I will stick to my conclusion that this is not a particularly well cleaning snow foam, which is okay, it's a pH neutral snow foam after all. Now, before we start with the conclusion on the product, we of course first have to talk about prices. Here in Central Europe, the only place where you can get it right now is, I think, in the Netherlands or Belgium. There it costs 14 euros for 500 milliliters. All the other snow foams we talked about in this video, and even if we consider a few additional ones like Sonax Actifoam Energy, Stjernagloss Snö, Dodo Juice Apple iFoam, Shiny Garage Fruit Snow Foam, ADBL Yeti, cost between 12 and 20 euros for 1 liter. And even if we compare just the UK products, the Detailbug Ice Bug we also saw in this video costs £8 for 500 mils in the UK. This one costs £12. And the Otterbrite Magifoam, which we can get in Central Europe, costs 12 euros for 500 milliliters. We can talk all day about it. It is a very expensive product. And with that, we can now come to the conclusion. Objectively, you saw everything that's important. You saw that it, yes, indeed, is a very well clinging snow foam. You saw that its cleaning power is, I would say, okay or average for a pH neutral product. Yes, it has a scent which is pleasant, but the scent is not very strong. You don't really get it when you spray it on the car. It is not a particularly cheap product. It rinses off the car rather well. However, I would say there are snow foams which are better in this category. Objectively, my conclusion is that this is a bang average, okay snow foam for a luxury price. And that's the objective conclusion. And with any other product, I would stop at this point. But if you are a brand and brand owner that puts out claims like this is the best and longest clinging snow foam on the market, then you will be held against those claims. And I'm sorry, that's just how it works. And we clearly saw that this promise is not true. Some would say it's not true. Some would say it's a lie. Some would say it's overpromising. Some would say it's overselling. Some would say it's fair play because any brand out there will do the best of its abilities to sell their products. What the conclusion is for you, that will you have to decide. I showed you everything that I wanted to show you for this product, and I repeat, my personal conclusion is that this is an okay bang average snow foam for a luxury price. If the video was interesting for you, please leave us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.